All right, we're starting. We are so glad that you are here with us this evening, or maybe you're watching the recording. Either way, you're in for a treat. You're going to hear some new things. Maybe you're a veteran of Dr. Sears Zooms, but you're going to hear some new things this evening. And he has a brand new book. So get ready and take notes. You're going to be glad you did. In case you don't know Dr. William Sears, he's been advising parents on how to raise healthier families for over 40 years. He received his medical training at Harvard Medical School, Children's Hospital in Boston, and the Hospital for Sick Children in Toronto, Canada, the world's largest children's hospital, where he was Associate Ward Chief of the Newborn Intensive Care Unit before serving as the Chief of Pediatrics at Toronto Western, the University of Toronto. He served as a professor of pediatrics at the University of Toronto, University of South Carolina, University of Southern California, and the University of California, Irvine. He's a father of 8. That's probably his proudest. And how many grandchildren now, Bill?
We're up to 15 now.
15 grandchildren. And how many greats?
Well, 3 of those are great.
Oh, awesome. Wow. Well, they all count. They all count. What a great blessing, and what a wonderful thing to have that many to love on. He and Martha have written, this is the 47th book that's just come out. And we are so pleased to have him here. He's the co-founder of Dr. Sears Wellness Institute for Training Health Coaches, and runs the health and parenting website askdrsears.com, askdrsears.com. You're going to hear more about that later. He has been featured on, he contributed to Family Health and was featured on the cover of Time magazine in May 2012. And he's noted for his science made simple and fun approach to family health. So here we go. We're going to open up some slides here. And I will be sharing my screen. Whoops, we want to start. Here we go.
There we go.
All right, so can you all see my screen? I'm making it full. Okay, so Diane, will you make it speaker view, please?
Sure.
Thank you. All right, well, tonight we're going to talk a lot about this new book, Help Yourself Heal from Cancer. And the first thing we really want to do, the place where we want to start, is Dr. Sears, what prompted you to write this book? And tell us a little bit about the book.
Well, thank you, Mimi. And I love seeing one of the reasons I do these talks, I see all these pictures of beautiful ladies, and you guys too. Okay, so well, the book was written on the job, Mimi, I'm sorry to say, during our family healing of 5 cancers: brain, bone, blood, colon, and breast cancer. And during the last few years of writing this book, I had healed from colon cancer. I was still healing from leukemia, and my wife is healing from, Martha, my dear wife, is healing from breast cancer. So it was written on the job. And the reason we thought, Mimi, to write this book, today's cancer treatment is at an all-time high. Radiation, chemotherapy, all the surgery, it's the best in the world, the best it's ever been. But there's a gap. And that gap is cancer education. So imagine you're going in, you've got the dreaded diagnosis, maybe you've got cancer. And you go in, and the doctor's telling you about the Holy Trinity. You're going to get surgery, radiation, chemotherapy. But you say to the doctor, "Doctor, what can I do to help myself heal?" Oh, the doctor says, "Oh gosh, I don't have time for that." So the doctor hands you the book. So the book was meant to fill in the gap, to make you a partner in your cancer care.
Well, and that is really important. And that's good information to know that we need to move in that direction to make your doctor your partner. Let's look at exactly why this book that you've covered. Also, when you talk about healing on the job, we know that your personal experience plays into your writing the book and all the great advice about working side by side with your doctor. So
And it's also, I mean, this is what I like to give an overview, what you're going to learn from that
okay,
that slide there. What you're going to learn from this talk. You're not only going to learn how to prevent and heal from cancer, but everything you learn is going to help you prevent and heal from just about every other major illness. You're going to learn how to make health your hobby. You're going to learn the belief effect. You're going to learn why it's important to stay lean, live clean, live clean, eat clean. You're going to learn why movement is so important, why sleep is important. You're going to learn to be a partner with your doctor, not just a patient. And you're going to learn how to talk with your doctor. For example, you'll go in and the doctor says, well, maybe you have this cancer you have has only a 20% chance of survival. I say, doctor, please, I am a person, not a percentage. Can we agree that we don't talk about statistics? And on a side note, those statistics aren't that valid anyway. So, and you'll learn to build your Concord Cancer Library. So that's an overview maybe of what we're going to cover in the next half hour.
oh, that sounds great. Sounds
Excuse
practical.
me, Mimi, we can't see the slides. I'm not quite sure why. All I see on the screen right now is someone's phone, joining us by phone.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm sharing my screen. So
We can see the slides.
Okay, good. Okay, terrific. Thank you.
Okay, cancer, and an overview. People say, well, what causes cancer? Well, first of all, we eat too much animal-based food and not enough plant-based food. You're going to learn the opposite. We eat a high sugar, low fiber diet instead of a high fiber, low sugar diet. We move more to prevent cancer and sit less. And we eat more real food. You're going to learn about the Concord Cancer Diet. Stress feeds cancer, stress less. And you're going to learn how to live cleaner.
so tell us a little bit about this one, about the belief effect. What does that mean?
Well, the belief effect, Mimi, is something rather new. And it's a term that we really stress in the book. And basically, it means that the more deeply you believe you will heal, the more likely you are to heal. And there's my favorite neurological saying is where attention flows, brain tissue grows. And all that means is if you focus your attention more on the fact that you're going to heal and you will heal, the more likely you are to heal. And we know that positivity promotes longevity. We know that optimists heal better. And this belief effect has turned into a whole new science actually called psycho-oncology. We call it the belief effect.
Wow, that's really exciting because we know that we can work on our thoughts and push them in a positive direction. That is really awesome that we can do that. So if we go to the next slide, we're now going to talk a little bit about the ISA, and I love the term preload that you've included here. So what does that mean?
Well, this is kind of a continuation of the mind-body medicine we talked about. And basically, preload is the biggest word right now in our family when I teach in my practice. Preload simply means don't wait to get sick to make changes. Get your immune system ready before you get sick. Now, cancer basically is an immune system out of balance. Now, maybe we all have within our body a giant army, trillions of white cells. My favorite is called an NK cell, that little guy with the helmet on. NK cells called natural killer cells, natural because they're already pre-programmed to fight. And there are trillions of them circulate throughout your body. And when they see a cancer cell, or when there's a cancer cell nearby, they're magnetically drawn onto it. And they literally shoot a biochemical dart a bunch of them. One of them is called a perforin. It perforates a cancer cell and it blows it up. And another part of your immune system army called macrophages, meaning big eaters, comes along and eats up all the dead cancer cells, and you heal from cancer. So basically, the better you preload your immune system, the more likely you are to heal from cancer and the less likely you are to get cancer. First of all, the brain is the chief preloading officer, the CPO, the belief effect we talk about. And the brain says to the NK cells, brain continually sends text messages, which I believe is what happened. It sends text messages to the NK cell. Hey, NK cell, I believe in you. I believe that you'll fight for me. Now go get that cancer cell. And the NK cells, yes, I will. And the NK cells, but you need to feed me well. We're going to learn about Concord cancer diet. You need to take the right supplements based on science. You need to move more outdoors and you need to sleep better. It's just like you train troops to fight better. You feed them better, you sleep them better, you believe in them better, you train them better. That's exactly what preloading means, Mamie. Mamie, we're training our immune system army to fight for us when they need to.
Well, that makes sense. And this preload to prevent, this is a great idea. Where can we get this list?
Well, one of the things I found when I was healing from cancer, you're tired a lot. Your memory is shorter. So what I did is I created about 30 things that I wanted to remember. And I posted them all over the house. So I could see them in the bathroom, in the kitchen, the bedroom, my study, gym, anywhere, in my office. And this is just an example. And any of our viewers can go to our website, Sears, AskDrSears.com/healthy reminders. Just put in the search bar, healthy reminders, and you can download and print in full color about 30 different how movement mobilizes your immune system, preload to prevent. My favorite is feel God, feel good. And we talk about the God effect in our book. God effect is something new also in cancer healing science, because scientists studied this and they found that believers, those who believe in the higher power of God healing, they who spend more time with that attention in meditation and in prayer, they grow a spiritual center in their brain that helps them heal better. I call that the God effect. So
Wow.
Download a bunch of those and enjoy.
Thank you. That is really good. And that's exciting. That's really exciting and very encouraging. So tell us here about exercise and our movement. Why is it so important?
Well, Mimi, this is something that I learned. I learned from a Nobel Prize winner, Dr. Legnaro, became friends. He taught me this too. Think about it for a minute. If you had your immune system army, the trillions of troops, and you wanted them to be stationed where they could get into your bloodstream real fast and travel around the bloodstream and fight the cancer cells, where would you put them? The answer is the lining of your blood vessels, called the silver lining or the endothelium. So here we have, let's call her Mandy the Mover. Mandy the Mover, okay? Now, this is called in neurospeak demarginating. Basically, when Mandy is moving, the blood flows faster over the lining of her arteries, and it literally grabs the fighters, white cells, and says, come on, demarginate, get off all of your foxholes, come with me, and we're going to travel all over the body and grab those cancer cells. That's what happens with movement. That's what happens with movement. There we have Sam the sitter. Sam is a setup for cancer and just about every major illness you don't want to get. Because when he sits, his immune system sits. His army is lazy. When Sam sits, his immune system sits, which is just what you don't want. So move more, sit less, feel better.
Makes sense and so simple. So here is something that I can really use to remind me. This makes me think about how to keep moving.
Keep moving. And you want to have some fun with your friends. Say you're walking and taking a walk around the park tomorrow or something, and it says, you say, oh, it feels so good. I'm mobilizing my Concord Cancer Army. I'm making my NK cells fight smarter. They'll think, oh, what did you do last night? So you better explain those. But basically, this is what you're doing. And those cancer cells are saying those NK cells are killing me. And that's exactly what you want to happen. You want movement kills the cancer cells. That's what you want.
And why is nature so important for healing?
Well, let's go back to my favorite doctor, Dr. Mom. Remember? Dr. Mom's treatment for boredom and undesirable behavior? Go outside and play. Movement. The whole science of movement, Mimi, what exercise physiologists term is called movement is exercise squared. That's what my friend Eva Selhub told me when I asked her for a quote. Fabulous, your brain on nature. Eva's a neurologist at Harvard. EYE, I feel good. The eye is the window to the brain. When the eye feels good, the brain feels good. The brain is your chief preloading officer of your immune system. So your immune system feels good. Green peace gives gut peace, good old pains in the guts. So sometimes when I'm doing cancer counseling, I'll ask a person, hey, Joe, how many hours do you spend moving outdoors every day? What's that got to do? Well, maybe I learned this over in Japan while I was lecturing. So I'm going to take you on a trip with me over in Japan. So after a big lecture, I'm really tired. Asian lectures are very long. And our host said, Mr. Saganishi said, we're going to take you and Martha out for some Shinrin Yoku, which I thought was a Japanese drink. So we get in the car and we drive up onto the top of a mountain, into a forest, into a tree tunnel. And he says, now we're going to do Shinrin Yoku. That's Japanese for forest bathing. And after I thought, well, a typical American, that's nice, it's foo-foo. No, it isn't. After a walk in the woods, I felt fantastic. I said, I got to study this. I'm one of these show me the science doctors. I don't believe it unless I can see the science. So then I learned, I went to Nippon University, I learned that they have a whole department where they take people who are troubled in their mind, who need to get their mind better, to need to heal better from anything. And they take them out in the woods and they draw blood, they draw every liquid from every orifice everywhere in their body, and they wire them up with a bunch of windows to the brain. And they walk in the woods and they study them before and after. After a half-hour walk in the woods, the stress hormones went down, their happy hormones went up. But what was fantastic was they measured the number and the fighting ability of their NK cells. And those went up after a walk in the woods. So
Wow.
go outside and play.
Wow.
You'll feel better that way.
Absolutely. That's impressive. So you have been promoting movement for quite a while. So and this concept of our own internal pharmacy. So it's really fascinating that we have that. So tell us a little bit more about internal pharmacies.
Well, our internal pharmacy, Mimi, I love here's some homework for our viewers. Go to our website, AskDrSears.com, and search pharmacy or endothelial pharmacy, and you'll get a 7.5-minute video of the old guy on the treadmill. And I'm talking about, and it's all kinds of animation. In fact, this is the most expensive video ever made for healing. And what you'll see cost $240,000 to make back in 2010. So it's fascinating, fascinating artwork and animation, but it'll give you in a 7-minute nutshell how to open your own internal medicine pharmacy, what medicines you make, and how to make better medicine for you. That's your
Well,
homework.
Yes, we need to all go do our homework. And even if you've seen the video, go back and watch it again. I think
Oh, share it with your friend.
there you go. Share it with friends too. Well, okay, so here we are with a cancer conquering diet. Tell us a little bit about what that means and what your ideas are about conquering cancer.
Maybe the term diet scares people, but it shouldn't, because diet simply means the way we eat, and we're all on a diet. But in cancer, see, cancer, you want to eat the foods that conquer the cancer and stay away from the foods that feed the cancer. For example, we don't say low fat diet, we say smart fat diet. A smart fat diet. Well, your brain is mostly fat. Therefore, and that's the CEO of your immune system. So you want a smart fat diet. You want a smart carb diet. Smart carb diet, you need energy. And you don't want a whole lot of sugars without a lot of fiber to blunt their effect. You want a lot of colorful food. Colorful. Look at the Concord Cancer Pharmacy, FARM, pharmacy, certified organic. Notice all the color: tomatoes, kale, kiwi, pomegranate, ginger, all the cabbage, all those berries, blueberry, greenberry. And so Dr. Mom said, put more color on your plate. And that's exactly what we need to do in our Conquer Cancer diet. We're going to go through that in a few minutes.
Okay, so tell us about feeding your ISA, which you've mentioned earlier.
Well, again, this like any army, we talked about your NK cells being your like the Navy SEALs of your army. The NK cells are your fighters. Like any troop, the better you feed them, the better they fight for you. And you'll notice I use the term conquer cancer, maybe not fight cancer. Fight has a fear base to it. You don't want to fear. You want to believe in yourself. You don't want to fear your cancer. You want to conquer your cancer.
I love that. I love that. Very encouraging. So here we are with the naughty list.
Naughty list, yeah, the naughty list of highly processed, low fiber foods. I stress fiber. I eat 50 grams of fiber a day because fiber blunts the sugar. I'm not going to give up all my sugar. I love my chocolate. I'm not going to give it up. So I eat 85% chocolate, but I also have fiber with my meal too. So fiberless, the lower the fiber, the higher the sugar. And basically, here's your cancer cell. That awful looking guy there with all the spikes. And the cancer cell holding a can of cola, probably the worst cancer food. And it says, I love sugar spikes because sugar feeds me. And if you want to remember that, think of the cancer cell hugging the bottle of cola saying, my grow food, give me more. So I hope that made the point.
That does. It does. It hits the point. Well, so tell us why grazing is so much better than being a gorger.
Oh, yes. Grazing, magic word in cancer, conquer cancer eating. Just again, this is it in one of our healthy reminders: the smaller your meal, the better you heal. Now, the reason is, here's George the Gorger. George puts all the sticky stuff, we call it. That's how the sticky stuff is all the junk that sticks to your endothelium. so your Concord Cancer Army can't come out. So George puts all the junk into him. He eats too much, too fast. And you draw blood from George shortly after he eats. And all the stuff called sticky stuff, blood sugar and inflammatory markers is the term, go way up after a gorging meal. And you get inflammation of the brain gets sick, the heart gets sick, you get pains in the gut gets sick, and you get pains in the joint. They're not smiling.
No, we
Grazie the grazer.
So here is your famous smoothie. Tell us what the ingredients are in this smoothie.
And the Gracie the grazer, Gracie grazes so she doesn't spike. It's as simple as that. Now, my Concord Cancer smoothie. Maybe this I have to say, have to give that the top points on cancer healing. Now, the reason is, number one, you want more fiber. Got about 40 grams of fiber in there. You want more color. What's in color, the very nutrients that are in color are cancer fighters. The blue and blueberry, green and kale. And basically, I'm about 13 to 14 ingredients. I start with a handful of nuts and seeds, almonds and pumpkin seeds. Then I put a whole pomegranate in there. Pomegranates are in season, they're in flu season. And then I add a handful of greens that I get from my garden, which we're going to talk about later. My garden, about 2 handfuls of green, a little papaya, a couple kiwis, a handful of berries, half to a whole avocado, pineapple, ginger. Ginger is good for the gut. A little sprinkle of cinnamon, MCT oil. Remember, smart fats, not a low fat, smart fats. And I make my own kefir, organic kefir and yogurt. And I have a scoop or two of Juice Plus vanilla or Juice Plus chocolate complete. Oh, it's delicious. And
Wow.
there's the fig on top. And that's what my smoothie looks like before I put it in the blender. And tell you a little story. When I have a patient in the hospital, especially kids with cancer, that hurts when a kid gets cancer. So I have the mom and dad bring a blender in and make a smoothie right there in the room, bring all the contents. And the nurse's kid, they say, oh, it must be one of Dr. Bill's patients. We hear the blender going. But there's my Concord Cancer smoothie, and enjoy it. And you sip on it. Just sip on it throughout the morning or even all day long. Sip, 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 so it stays in your bloodstream steady energy.
Oh, that's great. That makes me hungry just looking at that. Makes me hungry. Okay, so next thing is we're going to talk about staying lean. Why is it important to stay lean?
Well, Mimi, we doctors have been wimps for many years. Oh, Joe, you're a little bit overweight. You need to lose a little bit. We're wimpy. And it didn't work. We're getting fatter. So now, what we doctors do, because we care about you. I use terms like, oh, Joe, you're pre-diabetic. Really? Oh, yeah. The bigger your waist, the more pre-diabetic you are. If that doesn't work, I say you're pre-Alzheimer's. That doesn't work, I say you're pre-cancer. And that usually does it. Because all the toxins and the inflammation causers get stored in extra belly fat. See, so like I said, next time I tell my, so remember, next time we meet, I want to see less of you. So get lean. Now, lean doesn't mean skinny. Lean means having the right percentage of body fat for your individual body type. Love your body. We're all different. We have different body types. What a boring world it would be in if we all had the same body type. So lean means having the right percentage of body fat for your body type.
That's good. That's a good way to think of it. I like that very much. Okay. So here we are with Dr. Bill's 5S Concord Cancer Diet. Tell us about how the good diet gets rid of those toxins.
Yes. Well, first of all, I have a smoothie in the morning, salmon in the evening, 3 days a week, salads with spices, 5 days a week, and smart snacking, grazing, like we mentioned. And then every day I have science-based supplements. Underscore that, supplements based on science.
And so there's so much confusion out there about supplements. Can you talk to us a little bit more about why you choose Juice Plus as your science-based supplement?
Yes, and where so many consumers suffer from supplement confusion. So I'm going to make it very easy. This is what I tell my patients often. First of all, I say, do you need it? Well, do you eat 10 fistfuls? 10 fistfuls, hold up your fist if you're a big guy or a baby, whatever fist you have. If you eat 10 fistfuls of fruits and vegetables and berries every day. No, I don't. Then you need to take a fruit, a berry, and a vegetable supplement. Oh, that makes sense. Okay. Do you eat 3 fistfuls of wild salmon every week, or a minimum of 2? No, I'm a vegan doctor. I don't like salmon. Okay, then if you don't eat it, you need to take it. So you need to take an omega blend. And that's why I put it all together into what I call the quad, the Juice Plus fruit, vegetable, and berry and omega blend. And the reason, this is my 25th year taking Juice Plus. I've had the honor of being a medical consultant for what I believe is the greatest company of integrity I've ever worked for, the Juice Plus company. And what really got me involved, I'm going to show me the science. And when I had my first cancer, my wife, Martha, did the research and showed me all these pills, the Juice Plus, all the capsules, and just lovingly said one night, Bill, just take it. But I wouldn't until I researched it. I thought, wow, this is a heavily researched supplement. I'll take it, and I'm still taking it.
Oh, yes. We love our Juice Plus too. I'm about 5 years behind you. Our family's been taking Juice Plus for 20 years.
Yeah.
And we love our, what we call our plant powders and all those capsules and then
Right.
the oils. We love our Juice Plus. It's really the micronutrition that the whole world is lacking. You know,
And it is. And my favorite study of all the 47 is called the bioavailability study, because it's not what you put in your mouth that counts. It's how much your intestines absorb. So I wanted to find out what's in the capsule. If I put a capsule in my mouth, does it get into my bloodstream? Does it do any good? Because so many of these supplements, when the top end come out the bottom end, they never get into your bloodstream. So they did what they call bioavailability, where they took Juice Plus eaters and they drew blood after they ate the Juice Plus and found that what's in the capsule is into their blood. All right, count me in.
I love that. I love that because that is the most important thing. It's in their blood, in our bloodstream. Absolutely. So how about this great picture of you in your own garden?
A tower garden. I tell you, grow your own garden. And then, kids love this because it was invented at Disney World, Epcot Center. And wow, look at those big leaves. Wow, grow your own garden. So if somebody, those of you newcomers, I want to invite your newcomers. I want to invite your newcomers to join our club. I just mentioned the Juice Plus Health Club. It's the greatest club I've ever joined. And what is it? It's a personal growth club. We help you grow medically. We help you grow nutritionally. We help you grow socially. We help you grow financially, whatever need you have. And ask whoever invited you to this talk, ask them about the tower garden. Get one.
Yes.
Get one and enjoy it. Yum.
Yes, I agree. We love our tower gardens. We grow them almost year round.
Oh yeah. Oh,
there's
there's kids will eat what they grow. There's our grandson Johnny nibbling on the tower garden. And we tell him, go out and nibble. And he does. He'll nibble.
Oh, I love that when they start
Yeah,
young.
we call that shaping young tastes. The earlier you can
Yes.
shape their taste for green, the better
Yes.
their lifetime. And the sleeping.
Yes.
Maybe,
Okay.
sleep. I'm glad you asked. You have a slide on sleep.
Okay.
Real
Yeah.
quickly. Think of
Yes.
sleep as your body's dishwasher. Like you put a dirty dish in the dishwasher in the evening, take it out in the morning, it's clean. Same thing happens during sleep. During sleep was when your immune system army, we talked about, or ISA, your immune system army is called glia cells. Your immune system army reports for night shift duty and cleans up the waste. So that's why one of the, we have a large section in our book on how to sleep cancer away.
Yes, it's very important, that sleep. We need to all work on getting a little bit more. So, this one,
Sprayed in America, Mimi. I don't know how much longer we can put up with all this. I got my cancer, my leukemia. I play golf in the morning, and they started spraying in the morning with pesticides. And toxicologists I went to did my blood level and found high blood level of pesticides in my blood when I quit playing golf for 3 months. The blood level went way down. So, Sprayed in America, do what you can to get rid of all these pesticides. Wish we had time to talk about that more, but do what you can to say, not in my backyard, not in my park, not around my children, not around my school.
yes, we need to take a stand. Well, and why is it children are getting more cancer?
Well, very quickly, because their detox system's immune, their blood-brain barrier, meaning what gets through into the brain, is more permeable. Growing cells are more vulnerable to toxins. Your gut, the microbiome, your gut pharmacy inside is immature. They eat more for body weight. They should. They're growing. They breathe heavier, so they have more air that come in, and they have more body fat, the cute little pudgy body fat that kids have that I love to look at. And you know that the increase of the D's, ADD, ADHD, all the D's, is proportional to a person's toxin exposure in many cases. That's why Martha and I have a motto that we stick to. Children are our most precious natural resource. Our mission is to protect them. And that's one of the reasons we're doing talks like this. I encourage you all to protect our children from all the stuff they're getting.
Yes, it's so important and such a heartfelt matter. Well, why is it seniors are suffering more with cancer?
Yeah, well, because we live longer, and we have a cumulative effect. It's like toxins suddenly build up, or sugar spikes. We have more belly fat usually. Our muscle mass decreases as we sit too much. Muscle, you need muscle. And women tone their muscle, men build their muscle, but muscle burns extra calories. That's what you want. And we tend to sleep less well when we get older, and our immune system army, shall we say, gets old too. I'm not going to let mine get old, but it does.
Do our best as we age,
So
right?
preload when you're young. That's this is
Yes.
when I had I went in for my checkup. I was going to get my annual checkup, and I felt great. And so my nurse Martha says, "Bill, go get your checkup. Don't cancel it." Yes, dear. I go in for a good physical exam. They drew blood, just routine blood test, and my white blood count was 10 times normal. 55% of my white blood cells were cancerous. Oh my goodness. But the good news is, two good news. My oncologist, a very excellent oncologist, Dr. Van Etten, who wrote the foreword for our book, he said, "Bill, because you are preloaded, because you take good care of yourself, we're going to start what I call low and slow. Instead of the usual chemo, hit hard and hope, we're going to start you on a lower dose of the most science-based, mildest chemo and see how you handle that." It worked beautifully. I'm on my 5th year, and 2 weeks ago, I got a clean bill that the blood test showed no detectable cancer cells.
Oh,
Bingo.
well, okay. Yes. All right.
That's that. Thanks for preloading.
Yes. And all the other things you do to take care of yourself.
Yeah.
So
And
tell us about the Concord Cancer Library that we can build ourselves.
you're going to have a lot of time to read. So these are the 3 books. They help yourself. This helps you build your own to personalize your healing. The Healthy Brain book helps you have a healthier brain because that's a CPO of your immune system army. And the Wellness Plan is co-written by my daughter to help the young people preload early. Written for the young people to preload when you're young, prevent instead of get sick.
I also want to throw in, because I don't think I said this at the beginning, but this book, the latest one, Help Heal Yourself from Cancer, all the proceeds are going to cancer education charities. So that's just such a wonderful thing you're doing. We really appreciate you.
Thank you, Mimi. Yeah, we're donating all of our proceeds from these books to cancer care.
All of them. Okay, that's wonderful. So as we wind it up, here we are. This is where we can go to look at the askdrsears.com Conquer Cancer Guide. So I love that you're allowing us to have 2 lists that we want to keep around.
Let's just put this in the kitchen mainly as your reminder.
We'll do that. We will do that. And finally, the very last thing we want to say is that we have, these are our 5 keys of healing. So if you want to, I just love this. So if you want to speak a little bit.
Yeah, that's an easy way to remember it. And I wish you all really good prevention and healing. And one of the things that we all get from having programs like this, Mimi, and I thank you for hosting the program, is what I call the helper's high. That you and I will go to bed tonight, Diane, go to bed tonight, all of you, we'll go to bed tonight, drift off saying maybe 1 or 2 or more, hopefully, persons will prevent or heal from cancer because of the work we did on this program. So thank you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much for taking your time and your energy and sharing all of this with us. It's helpful. It's very, very encouraging. So
Thank you.
yes, I'm going to stop the recording.